Well done. That's well bowled by Warne. He's had a good spell since coming back from the nursery end. These two batsmen, Gatting and such, have done the job in the sense that they've protected Gooch and Atherton up to 10 minutes to 6, which means the openers won't have to go out again.
Yes, he'll be disappointed to get out, but he played forward. He's been playing forward nearly all the time, and he's done as well as you could expect from a tail ender with the wrist spinner bowling into the rough outside his leg stump.
Four more runs were added to take the final total up to 193 for 9 at the close of play, but that is a disaster for England and a triumph for Australia, who bowled and fielded very well indeed. Just up the top there, Michael Atherton played an outstanding innings of 80 in that total of 193, but the bowling figures tell the story. Hughes 19 overs, 5 maidens, 3 for 50, May 2 for 57, and Shane Warne 4 for 54 from 31 overs and 10 maidens. And the state of the match at the end of the third day's play, well, that in itself tells the story. 632 for 4 and England 193 for 9. England needing 240 more runs to avoid the follow-on.
Oh, it's bowled in.
Oh, that's well bowled. Oh, that's bowled in. England's batsmen went down like 9 pins on day 3 of this second Cornhill Test at Lord's, and this on a pitch where Australia batted for more than 2 days. That's what England have to do to save the match, but it won't be at all easy with Shane Warne exploiting the turn in this pitch. And there's also Tim May and Merv Hughes in the bowling attack to make things even more difficult for England. This is the way the game looked at the start of play on the 4th day, with England needing 240 more runs to avoid the follow-on. We join it in the second over. 1 run has been added. Warne is the bowler and Gatting taking strike.
A rare long hop, but didn't get hold of it.
Well, a rare gift there. That really was a long hop.
A little cry from somewhere. That ball may well have been in the air as it passed short leg, but it was played firmly.
Yes, it was a sort of delivery, and no need to play it. It didn't want to. It would have gone past leg stump down the leg side.
Good stuff. Brings up the 200.
Well, there's nothing wrong with this stroke. Lovely straight hit. The batsman would have been very satisfied with that shot.
All over. So, justification for the return of Hughes. He does it again, and almost with mathematical symmetry. 4 wickets again for Merv Hughes, 4 for Shane Warne, as at Old Trafford. And Gatting goes for 21. England all out 205.
Yes, and Alan Budd will be very pleased that Merv Hughes doesn't too much exercise before the next innings. Good delivery again, banged in short, seaming away up the hill. It was short enough to let go, but of course Gatting is a tail-end batsman. They just have dropped the wrist there, let the ball go past. But good performance again from that big man Merv Hughes. What a big heart he has.
Indeed he has. He's done a wonderful job for Australia with McDermott out of the lineup at the moment. 205 for England. A good effort from Andrew Gatting, 21. Questions might be asked as to why some of the top order batsmen weren't able to match his length of stay out there. Peter Such did well, and Phil Tufnell stuck around, even though he only made 2 runs. 205, and the bowling figures for Australia. 3 bowlers there. Hughes 4 for 52, May 2 for 64, and Shane Warne, another big effort from him, 4 for 57. So the state of play at the end of England's innings, they are still 427 runs behind. They were asked to follow on. Gooch and Atherton were the 2 batsmen, and we join it in the second over with 1 run added. Mark Waugh is the bowler, and Gooch is taking strike. One moment with Julian hustling in, and the ball was on his correct hand, his left-hander. Might just have been close because the batsman didn't get cracking for it until just a little late. Well, it would have been close as a whisker. Shot for 4. Nice start for Atherton.
Well, lovely feet movement. Look how high he gets up on his toes to this. Right up there. Beautifully played.
What was that? Atherton might be asking the same thing.
Well, that's a nightmare delivery. You've just played a glorious back foot shot, the ball bouncing nicely, you've clipped it away, and this is a good underball.
Well bowled.
Big bad MERV. What they call him. First short ball, digs it in, gets up high, gloves Mike Atherton, went anywhere. Really didn't know where it had gone.
It's a good stroke. Helped it nicely around the corner.
Yes, he looks in good, confident touch this morning, does Michael Atherton.
And the outfield quickly up. Don't have to run too much if you play shots like that. Lovely time shot there by Atherton, just waiting for the ball, not slogging at it, just turning it with the wrists and away down the hill.
Fine shot, brilliant shot. Turned the wrists on top of that. It was really beautifully played by Mike Atherton.
Yes, Mark Warne not frightened of using the bouncer, but well, at his pace, he has to really trap his toes to bowl it. Nice to get it head high, though. Atherton played the shot absolutely superbly.
That was beautifully clipped away in front of the square. But Graham Gooch is obviously being tested with this shot because it got him out in the first innings, but perhaps Mark Waugh isn't quite quick enough. Around the wicket then, this time Mark Waugh.
Well, it was a good shot. The fielder will be pretty disappointed with that, though, and so would the bowler.
Another lovely shot. Atherton is growing in confidence, and all this comes from his fine effort yesterday. And this opening partnership, which is now worth 51, is yet another one put together by Gooch and Atherton, who over the years have been a tremendous success for England with opening partnerships. They stand in the average list of something around 70, which is the third highest in cricket history. There's more runs. That's for Graham Gooch, and just looking at how these two have gone together, this is only the 16th test in some 4 years that they've been paired, and yet the availability has been much more than that. But they've put on opening partnerships of 170, 204, 225, 203, 108, 168. So really is one of the very few success stories of English batting in the past few years. And it often happens, Ian, that two batsmen, for a reason you can't quite add up, they work together.
Yes, obviously these two enjoy batting together, Gooch and Atherton. Very good shot there from Gooch. Terrific timing. Just waited for the ball to feel the ball on the bat, and then he just turned the wrist nicely to get it away from Boone.
Oh, that is close. Umpire Kitchen saying no. But he wasn't forward at all.
And I would say the thing that has saved Michael Atherton there is it might have just hit him outside the line of off stump.
That's nicely played. Waiting for the ball to come to him. A lot of batsmen would go looking for that and play it squarer and probably would have found a fielder, but that was nicely played by Atherton. Appeal for that. Atherton will have none of it, and neither will umpire Kitchen. Disbelief by Australia.
And the players hanging around there, the Australian players, the ball spinning back and striking the pad and going forward. Now, it didn't appear that there was any glove or bat there.
Some unhappy Australians out there with that second appeal against Michael Atherton. 3 more runs added to take the score along to 68 without loss at lunch on the 4th day. A very good effort from that pair. Gooch played well. He looked very confident and very purposeful, and Atherton took up from where he left off with his 80 in the first innings. He's made 35, 68 for no wicket, and an excellent position for England, even though they are so far behind. Hughes, no wicket for 15, bowled quite fast, and some spin there for Tim May and Shane Warne. We join play now in the second over after lunch. Warne is the bowler and Atherton taking strike, and no runs have been added. That's a good shot. Beautifully placed, because Warne, coming around the wicket, is almost in a position to cut that off. He's moving away further to his right, and the batsman got it between him and the wide mid-on. Oh, well bowled. That is an absolute classic delivery. He would lie awake dreaming night after night to be able to bowl that ball against one of the greatest players in the world, to have it find the outside edge and take his wicket.
Well, absolutely right there, Richie, and Graham Gooch will lie awake at night thinking, how could I play that? I mean, it was an absolute gem of delivery, and if he stays awake at night thinking about that all week, I can tell him he did nothing wrong at all. It was so beautifully bowled, the line, the length, and lots of turn. He's played very well, very sensible innings, and he's been beaten by a super delivery. No shame in that.
Mike Gatting is the new batsman. That's 1 for 71 now. Gooch 29, beautifully bowled by Shane Warne, and also very well caught by Ian Healy. Oh, bowled. Mike Gatting's one of the best players of spin bowling in the world. Beautiful piece of deception from Warne.
Yeah, as you see, he gets back here. He just gets the bat down on time, else that would have been a plumb LBW.
Good shot for Thorpe. That's frustration for Warne.
Well, he's been very patient as Michael Atherton, waiting for the right ball, sits up. And he's such a good back foot player, just places it beautifully.
That was beautifully bowled again. That's the sort of thing to put disquiet into the batsman's mind, because he had to play at it. It spun sharply.
Well, it's another one of those gorgeous wicket-taking deliveries. He's pitching outside leg stump, and it turns so sharply. Hits some stud marks, or a little bit of the rough there.
Suddenly there's some high-class bowling going on out there. It's a good top spinner. Nice reply. Beautifully stroked away by Atherton.
Yes, I think he's more comfortable hitting the off-spinner through the offside. He may beat him occasionally, bowling over the wicket, but I think he likes the opportunity to actually score runs.
That's beautifully bowled. It's been a good spell from Shane Warne from that nursery end. And that one is actually pitching on the stumps. The batsman has to place some sort of a stroke at it.
And that's 50. The second one of the match, and I think an even better one than yesterday.
A good sign of confidence there from Mike Atherton. Got the arms away from the body. Shane Warne pitching short of a length, and he really did let that go. Beautiful shot for his 50.
But for Atherton to get a 50 in each innings, that's a good effort. It's a good effort in the context of this match. And that's a list of people who've done it at Lord's against Australia. And some very distinguished names there. Gower Boycott, Warmer May, Woolley McLaren, and going right back to Arthur Shrewsbury. No shot played. Now that's the key to this one. If it would have hit, then it had to be out.
Yes, that's all the umpires to do, is decide, would the ball have hit the stumps? Well, I don't think that did quite enough. Well, that's a case of whether there was an inside edge onto the leg or... I don't really think so. I think that went straight under the pad behind the bat. I didn't think any bat came into contact there.
Oh, he played that quite well in the end. No great force, but so little bounce. Very fortunate for Mike Gatting that it dropped so short. Good stop, 3 runs to Atherton. Good shot. He waited quite late for that. It was pushed through by Shane Warne, but there was a solid ring to the bat, and 4 runs for Mike Gatting. Short, well bowled again, dug in short, but very hostile. Change of pace, much quicker gear. And Mike Gatting was very lucky to get away with that.
Certainly didn't bounce anywhere near as much as what Gatting thought. He wasn't going to play it at first, and I think Mark Waugh also was a little confused. I think he thought the ball was carrying further. I think he thought he was going to get it comfortably, You see there, he's looking for the catch, and then suddenly he realises he's got to dive forward.
It's good enough half stop, so Gatting will get 2 runs. .50 partnership.
Various ways of returning the ball to the wicket keeper at the end of the over, which is what the bowler should do, and this is one of them.
A lovely bit of byplay here. Big bad Merv at his worst.
Michael Parkinson is the gentleman in the front row there, and his high-class golf-playing partner, Mary, is sitting alongside him. If only Michael could play golf as well as Mary, he would be well satisfied. Michael Stater is the fielder. There's a good shot. Three to Atherton. Shot. It's a good shot. Ricky reckoned that was almost certain to be a bouncer, Jeffrey.
Well, it was a wonderful improvised shot, almost a short arm jab as he flipped it from way outside off stump.
It's a signal. Just need to see if this got through and hit the helmet. Yes, it did. So then we have five byes. Now Alan Border is just asking why the batsman had to change ends, but it's because you get 5 runs for the ball hitting the helmet. That's a great stand between Atherton and Gatting. 76 for Atherton and 23 for Gatting. 142 for one. A very good performance there. And the Australian bowlers, just the one success for Shane Warne. Bowled pretty well, and that was a marvellous delivery with which he dismissed Graham Gooch. We join play now after tea in the first over. No runs have been added, and Shane Warne is bowling. Mike Gatting is taking strike.
All sorts of appeals. None of them worth much to umpire Shepherd.
Well, these are the awkward decisions for umpires when spinners are bowling. Probably farther up the arm, I think, did that.
Let's help yourself.
Well, that's the safest ball to put away, the one that's short, wide of off stump. Plenty of time on this pitch. Atherton making no mistake.
He's got it. Takes him to 90.
Well, that'll do Mike Gatting a bit of good. Hitting the ball straight, he didn't open the face trying to hit through the offside, he hit it straight back down the ground.
Oh, height there could have made all the difference, instead of which that's a 100 partnership. And the applause now, well, not such a note of relief in it. It's almost, this is now of appreciation. What they're seeing is, it's certainly a super fight back by England.
Runs 98, 99. Will they go for the third? He's fallen, he's slipped down. Oh, tragedy, tragedy. Absolute nightmare. Unbelievable joy for Australia. Atherton wanted the third, was sent back, slipped and fell, and just couldn't struggle to his feet. Oh dear, like running in a nightmare with the feet wrapped up in blankets. Going nowhere. 99 run out, but a brilliant innings. So here we go, this is MERV Hughes. And now you see Atherton, and those few yards are going to live with him forever. Staring at a century and staring at his own demise.
I've never understood why people are so concerned about one run when they're on 99 or in the 90s. I know the object is to get a century because that's a wonderful milestone. You don't get too many in Test match cricket. But the other object should be to go on and make that 100 into 150. And if you can, 150 to 200. Robin Smith, the new batsman.
175 for 2. Completion again, Gatting goes back. What a tragedy if this wonderful fight back is crippled by poor running.
Well, he's very strong on the pull, is Robin Smith. He's certainly a fine player against seam bowling when pulling it and cutting the ball. There's plenty of time against the spinner.
He's caught him, he's gone, he's walking. Never happy against the spin. Tim May's return to the pavilion end brought the reward, and Robin Smith is gone. Brilliantly caught at short leg. Caught by the sub, Matthew Hayden. The bowling of May for 5. 180 for 3.
Yes, and it was a spin that did it. He's managed to get more spin than the English spinners. Really spins the ball. It came back on Robin Smith. He's been a wonderful player for England, a top-class performer in world cricket, and for the first time just recently we began to see a chink in his batting. That seam or spin on flat batting pitches has been excellent for England, but when it turns, a different ball game. Graham Hick, the new batsman.
That's a lovely shot. That's 4 runs. Beautifully picked out there by Graham Hick.
Well, this is the way he played the spin as well in India. After the first Test match, he decided to be positive. Picked his shots, wasn't afraid to go over the top. He felt that this was the best way for him to play in all situations.
And again. Now, how far that was away from straight mid-on, I don't know.
And to be fair to Graham Hick, it's a bit risky early on in your innings, going over the top, as you'll see here. Cleared him, about 4 feet.
And again, he wafts that away in the air. So he's decided that if it's pitched up and he can get to the pitch of it, that he'll just let the bat swing through. Now, there's no slog about that. He simply follows through.
If it's up, it's going. I think that's what he's decided with the off-spinner. It's you or me, and I'm not going down, defending, poking and pushing and prodding.
$200 up for England. Australia won't be unhappy at that single. That will leave Graham Hick at the striking end with MERV Hughes coming up to bowl.
Dear me.
Well, not the best shot in the world from Graham Hick.
No one will go for 3 on that arm. That's a good shot. Mark Law is not quick enough to bowl bouncers or attempted bouncers. It's a good shot.
Well, it is a good shot. It wouldn't have got a wicket if it would have gone 3/4 of the way back on square, but it gone straight to him. I want to give him 1. All right, carried for about 20 or 30 yards before it hit the deck.
The thick edge. Good cricket, but Brendan Julian chased that really hard, picked it up and got rid of it very smartly.
Julian there, the substitute fielder. Beautiful return. Well, that's a pretty good delivery.
They always say there's not enough room in the book to write down how you played the shot. There's only enough room to write down the figure, 4.
Yeah, they don't count any more or less. Huge appeal. Umpire Kitchen also at the end of it. Merv says, now what? Let's have a look at it.
Hughes not troubling Hick with a short one on this occasion, but one that has come down the hill and clipped probably the top of the pad or the pants by the look of it.
Yeah, good decision from Umpire Kitchen, and It isn't just batsmen and bowlers who get problems in test matches. Umpires do as well, and he's had a clutch of difficult decisions, and they seem to be following him. And it calls for nerve and patience and concentration. And another one. But one MERV in is not going to help out another one.
Well, he is at least keeping his sense of humour. Merv Kitchen, a bit of a smile on his face there. Merv Hughes is always going to struggle to get LBWs because he does angle the ball.
Oh, nice one. None is on the field there. It's a positive stroke from Hick, and the problem he's found with Hughes is that he gets tentative when he's been worked over. Mark Warne. That's 50 for Mike Gatting. And there's no great show of jubilation from him. Just relief that he's still there. There's one landmark, means a lot to him. 190 deliveries, 6 fours.
Mike Gatting hooked Merv Hughes, or pulled probably is a better term, at Old Trafford. Pulled him a couple of times after taking a bouncer on the body. Gatting obviously decided that there wasn't a lot of future in that and that he was going to fight back.
4 more runs added after that boundary. 237 for 3 at the close of play on the 4th evening. Gooch out for 29 and Atherton unlucky for 99, but marvellous Australian cricket to get rid of him, and Robin Smith for 5. 58 for Gatting and 30 for Hick. The bowling figures for the Australians, just 3 bowlers in the main group. Hughes none for 37. May 1 for 48 and Warne 1 for 62. The state of the game after 4 days, England 190 runs behind but still in with an opportunity to save this game. Here now is